Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a 3D pumpkin along with the fall leaves that can be used either as a gift box or as a piece of decoration. And it can be used illuminated with lights. I will give more details in a little bit. But you can see that it's a very cute design that you can have at home or at work or anywhere where you want to decorate, especially at this time of the year. You can find the links to the materials that I use on the description below. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a piece of cellophane to cover the face, so that way with any light that we use we add that extra touch. And I'm just gonna add glue now, and make sure you put enough glue so the piece won't get removed later. And then I have these little pieces that are the eyes for my pumpkin funny face. So now I have the front part in progress right now. So now with the top of the pumpkin, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use colors, brown color, to kind of give it that look, to simulate a real pumpkin. This is optional, but I think gives that nice look once everything is put together. So I'm using regular colors, but you can use markers also, or anything you would like to use to give that lines. So now I'm gonna glue this piece on the front of my pumpkin, and I have these small pieces also that are glued to the top. Gonna glue this one, and I will do the same with the back of the pumpkin. Now I have back and front for the toppers. So now this is the base. It has score lines all around, so I'm gonna fold them to prepare the base to glue it with the 4 pieces that I'm gonna need for my pumpkin. I'm just cutting the corners so it's easier to fold the sections with the pieces that I'm gonna create the pumpkin shape. So now we have the 4 pieces, so I'm gonna start with this one and I'm gonna glue it like this. And we have to make sure that this is aligned, otherwise we can have issues by the time that we have to close the box. And I created this design this way so you have the option to make it bigger if you want to, but you can also make it smaller. Like for example, you can make the pumpkin mom and then pumpkin children. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the same with the other sides. Now I have the 4 pieces. I'm just gonna cut any excess that I have here from the base piece. Okay, just adjust my camera a little bit so you can see a little bit more. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do is we have to glue these sections that are to kind of simulate the shapes of our regular pumpkin, and this goes all around on all the pieces. So then with the front, this piece it has the shapes already to fit the face, and now I'm just adding the last piece. So I'm cutting an excess here, but with the design, if you purchase it, you won't have this. The pieces will fit accordingly. So now I will have to finish these other sections. I will do it later. And what I'm gonna do now is before I close it, you can see here all the sections have those kind of yellow pieces. This needs to fold a little bit, kind of rounded, so it's easier to fold it later. And what I'm gonna do is to make it a little bit easier, I'm just gonna create a score line right here, because that's where all the pieces are gonna hold. One second, I'm looking for my scoring tool. I should have had it handy, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay, I have it now. Okay, so I'm making this line exactly here and then folding it so I have it pretty much ready. And I'm gonna do the same with the back. And I just want to mention that the back side is also useful if you want to make a pumpkin without the face. So you have those, so you can make 2 different types of pumpkin. But I kind of like the with the face, but I wanted to let you know just in case. Okay, so this is how my box is gonna close to create the pumpkin shape. And this part we'll need to fold it if necessary, and I recommend to do this very carefully so the paper doesn't rip apart. So you can start either on with the right or the left side. Just make sure you do it slowly and carefully. So, and that's why I recommend to use cardstock 65 pounds because it's thick enough to hold the pieces without ripping apart. And then I'm folding these pieces right here so it's easier. So this is how the pumpkin is looking so far. Oh, this part didn't fold correctly, but it's okay. We can just push it with a ruler, or we can just open the pumpkin again and fix it. I will do that later because I still have to work with the lights anyway. So this is how you could do it, and then close it. And also, if you use this pumpkin to put candy, that will be another way to open it without having to open all the sections. So now the next step will be to add my leaf, or the part that goes along with the pumpkin. And this is gonna go at the very top. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold it in right in the middle to kind of give it some dimension. We can also use the scoring tool to kind of decorate the leaves to give it a more natural look. And then I'm just gonna glue the center, exactly the section that I'm folding, just like this, and that way this piece will stay attached to the main piece that I'm using as the leaf holder. Look how pretty it's looking so far. Okay, and then with this one, it's up to you. How do you want to place it or attach it to the pumpkin? I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna put it in the back like this. But maybe I will, or maybe here. It's definitely up to you. How do you want to put it? But yeah, I think I'm gonna put it in the back. So I have you can see that looks pretty so far. And I like this holder because it keeps the section very well. So I remove the leaf because I'm gonna have to make some couple things in order to keep the light inside. So I'm gonna open my pumpkin again, and this time I may need to open it completely so I have enough space to calculate where do I want my light. If you don't want to use this type of light, this step will be depending of the light that you use. So I had to glue this part. That was not right. Okay, so I'm gonna place my light in the center, and I'm just creating the circle here just to have a reference of or where it's going to be. And I need to open a section here that is gonna allow me to access the switch to turn on and off this light. And I'm gonna cut that. So I have this section ready, and then I will place it here. And to hold it, I'm gonna use just regular tape because this light is not heavy or anything, so it should work just fine that way. And this is the section for the battery, so if the battery stops working, then you will definitely need to open the pumpkin to add a new battery. But with this little hole that I'm making, I won't have to open the pumpkin to turn it on and off, so that's the cool thing about it. And so I'm gonna hold it with tape, regular tape, and I'm just adjusting here again just to make sure this piece doesn't unglue. Okay, so now I'm gonna fold this again and put it together. I'm just gonna use this ruler to kind of bend these parts in a rounded way, so it's easier when I put it together. And I'm just adding some tape around the cellophane just in case, because I don't want it to get removed. Okay, so now it's time to put it together. And as I said, you can use this as a gift box and put candy inside instead, or you can put add the light the way I'm doing it to decorate spaces. Either way, it works perfectly. And you can make it smaller if you want to use it as a gift for kids or anyone that you want to give it to. Okay, so now I'm making sure all the sections are folded very well, because I'm not planning to open it anymore, at least not right now. Okay, so now it's time to place my leaf again, and I'm gonna finally put this one here. So I'm gonna fold it probably backwards so the green section that you can see shows up at front. And look how pretty this is. And with this pumpkin, you can also use it to be hanging anywhere, like a tree or something. Yeah, that will be funny. Obviously, the tree has to be covered or something, or a fake tree also. And then the top, if you notice, is so I'm turning off the light right now and kind of show you how it looks with the light. It's kind of hard to see because even with the light that I used to illuminate this area, even if I turn it off, I still have light coming from everywhere here, so it's kind of hard to see. But this you can see there, if you're in a very dark space, you definitely will see this light. You can also decide if you want more than one light for this part. So my pumpkin is ready. Look how pretty it is. And I like the face. It's kind of funny. Perfect for kids. So I like the leaves also. They look pretty. And then this is pretty much it. You have it ready to go. You can add candies or you can just use it to decorate. And you can see that the back also can be used at front if you want, instead using the face. But I think the face is the extra touch here. And you can have these two top pieces together with maybe foam dots or something. Okay, so now it's time to work with the leaves. The leaves are gonna also have light. I'm using the same lights, and I'm using also cellophane to illuminate or see through with the light. So I'm using cellophane yellow, and I'm also using blue cellophane, so that way when I put them together I have a green color, which is the one I want, but the color is up to you. So if you are using your Cricut, we can definitely cut the cellophane. I just forgot to do it, and since I forgot, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them with my scissors. So I have these pieces here now, and I'm gonna glue them like this. Since I cut these pieces with the scissors, they are not exactly right, so I have to make some adjustments. If you want to cut these pieces with the Cricut or any cutting machine, so just remember to cover the center with the option that is to hide contours, so that way you have the whole piece that can be cut with cellophane and then goes glued to the yellow piece that I have. Okay, so I'm gonna add some glue here right now, and I'm gonna attach the blue piece first, and then on top of that will be the yellow one, and I'm gonna do the same with all the petals. Well, these are not, I don't know if I can call them petals, to be honest, but anyways, so I am using 4 sections for my leaves, my fall leaves, and I'm gonna do the same with all of them. Okay, so once I have this one, the last thing I need to do is I need to glue these small sections that are part of the leaf or leaf. And this can be used not just for Halloween, but they can be used also for fall season, yeah, for Christmas, because, well, Christmas doesn't have these leaves. I mean, all the trees are pretty much naked, but I think we can use them, or also for Thanksgiving. They are perfect for that. And the use that you can get out of this template is diverse, so you can get many different things. So now I have my 4 leaves ready. You can use them just like that also. So I mean, there are different ways that you can use this template for sure. So these are the pieces that we are gonna need to kind of create the base for this leaf. That is gonna, it can be used as kind of like a centerpiece. You can put it on your table or anywhere else that you want to decorate with leaves. I love fall season, so I think I will make several for myself. Okay, so the other thing, I'm folding in this piece in the center, kind of like by half, to have this shape, and I'm gonna do the same with this one. And then I'm gonna glue them together, just like this. And you can make these leaves all bigger as well. Just keep in mind that the light may not fit exactly as it will be keeping the original size. You may need to use a different light probably, or a bigger one to illuminate the way you want according to the size. So I'm using also the same type of light that I use for my pumpkin, and I'm just gonna glue this piece like this. So the centers, the sections in the center are the ones that I'm gonna attach to the light, so it is very stable. But before that, I'm gonna fold my leaves by half, and I don't want to ruin the cellophane, so I'm doing it with the ruler this way, so that way I'm making sure my cellophane is not gonna rip apart. And I'm creating this shape like that. So now it's time to glue my light to the base that I'm using for that, and I'm gonna use hot glue because it will glue fast. This part can be a little bit tricky, but once you start gluing the sections, it's easier to finish. Okay, so now my the base is ready, and the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue the leaves this way in each side of the base. And I'm gonna continue using hot glue for this as well. I'm gonna start with the bottom. And then I'm gonna glue the top. Okay, so now I'm gonna glue these sections right here so the leaves are completely attached one to the other one to each other. So now I may need to turn off my light so you can see how this leaf is gonna look, because it's hard to see just like this. Okay, so now you can see how it's gonna look, and because these lights are flameless, they have that look like if they are on fire or like if it's a flame. So these are very cute, and you can make them in different colors, and they can be part of your table or on your desk or anywhere else. So I like the result. So now I'm just adding a little bit more glue in some sections that I want them to be glue as well. And that's pretty much how we make this. So this is the final result. If you notice, I added more lights to the pumpkin, different ones, because I want them to illuminate the whole pumpkin, and I like the way it looks. So it's up to you the type of light that you would like to use. These lights that I'm using right now are from Macy's, and they are Christmas lights actually. So you can get creative with lights for sure. And so the leaf looks pretty cool. I think making more than one will be perfect to decorate around the pumpkin, and also you can make small pumpkins to kind of create a whole family of pumpkins. Okay guys, I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. Please share your projects on my Instagram account if you made them, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.